on some nice
I
stuff.
know. That's how we start the intro. But now, listen, y'all. You in the zone with V and Z. This your boy Val.
Cyrus in the flesh, in the building.
Yes. That first episode, I believe this is season 5.
Maybe.
Can't keep up, but we are excited, man, because we took our month off. We got a chance to kind of, take a deep breath a little bit. Life is moving, life is changing, a lot going on around the world. Won't even want to get started on that, but we back. I'm trying to get a habit of giving proper intros this season. So me and Z, we're gonna work hard at getting that all together so it's not all over the place. But Z, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. It's the official start of the new league year. So we, a new season. Last year is in the past.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to seeing what the team can, put together now. We
fake excited.
Fake excited. A couple days into official free agency.
Yeah, so. Right. A couple days into official. 4 days in since the tampering period began. And not even really 4 days in. This is like,
Yeah, I guess 4.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
4-ish.
We'll call it 4-ish. But either way, a lot to get into, and I'll start with you, Z, because I feel like this is one of those episodes where we should just get right to it. It's not going to be an hour long, and I know we say that every episode, but I really mean
every single episode.
Every single episode we say that, but I really feel like this is one that we can really get right to it because it has been a short period of time, but we came into free agency, and I don't know about you, but I kind of felt like this was about getting a playmaker at the wide receiver position, and then also finding out what it is we are really trying to do on defense with Jim Leonard, right? What is the front seven going to look like? What is the back end going to look like? Is there going to be certain corners we go after, certain safety that we look at? And I got to say, a few days in, we starting to get some of those answers. So,
sort of, kind of.
We'll start off with the first one that happened. The first chess piece or the first move was DJ Moore. So for those that don't know, we made a trade to get DJ Moore from the Chicago Bears. We gave up our second round pick. They gave us back a 5th and DJ Moore. Your initial thoughts? I know I kind of broke the news to you when we were talking when I called you from work. But how you feel about DJ Moore being a Buffalo Bill?
I mean, I love the player.
Yeah.
I love the skill set that he brings because he does bring a level of talent that we haven't had in that room in a while. Someone that can actually win on all 3 levels, someone who can win in space. Throughout his whole career, you get the ball in his hands on quick ends, screens. He can do some damage.
Yeah.
But he can also win in the intermediate and also down the field. So, that's something we haven't really had a true game breaker at all 3 levels since, the first handful of years with Diggs.
Right.
So, skill set wise, I love the move.
Yeah.
Were there receiving options available on free agency? Yes.
Yeah.
Were there any that truly moved the meter for me personally? Not really.
Nah.
The bigger name ones, Alex Pierce, Romeo Dobbs,
Right.
Talented young players, but at the price point, that's not necessarily what I want.
And not fully proven.
Yeah. Because, both of those are probably, at the end of the day, high in 2s.
Yeah, right. 1B
for
Alec Pierce.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think Pierce has that. I think Pierce has a little bit more potential to have a higher ceiling, but I think those are high end 2s. Mike Evans, I had some interest in him if the numbers made sense.
Yeah, like if you
more of a shorter term. Right. If I get you
1 year deal, 2 year deal,
then yeah. But I had no issue with them going after DJ Moore. Yeah. When I saw the second round pick, I was like, I mean,
hurt you a little bit.
The compensation definitely hurt.
Yeah,
because if you'd have said a 3rd round pick or a 4th round pick, I wouldn't have thought twice about it. I'm like, oh yeah, in a heartbeat.
Right.
You hear the 2nd round, and it's like, ooh, that hurt a little bit.
A little bit.
Because your first thought is, Chicago probably didn't want to keep him. You're like, well, maybe I could have got him for cheaper. At the end of the day, it might have been other teams sniffing around, but it costs what it costs. Yeah. So after, thinking about it, like, yeah, would I have loved to got him cheaper? Yeah, absolutely. But is he filling a need that was there, a void that was there? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do I think he's been underutilized his last couple years in Chicago? Absolutely. I mean, they had two young receivers that they obviously want to get in the mix. So between Luther Burden and Dunzy, it's probably time for them to move off of DJ Moore. But I think he still has, juice left in the tank where he can be utilized to his best ability. So I mean, I expect him to be a good fit here with Josh and this offense. So as a whole, I'm happy. I think there's still more work that needs to be done in the room.
Yeah.
I still want to get a young guy in there.
Yeah.
For me, first round pick or third. I'm still fine with putting a high draft pick in there. Yeah. Just because at this point, it's a lot of money dedicated to that room. So I don't want to bring another vet in there.
Yeah. I think we passed that point.
Yeah,
only because once I saw Mike Evans go to San Fran, like he was one of the last few vets who I kind of was like, ooh, okay, I'll take him for 1 year, 13 or whatever.
And it was 3 and
it was
3 year, and I don't know if I can't commit to a 32-year-old receiver.
Yeah, and we know he passed his prime. He's still good.
Yeah. I can't commit to a 32-year-old receiver for 3 years.
Right.
That's the hard part. Is do I think he's gonna age gracefully? I think so, but it's just no guarantee.
And he not giving you the same production at all 3 levels, I think, as a DJ Moore. I think with Mike Evans, he's much of a 2-level guy right now. He can get you 7 to 10 yards for a first down, maybe on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, whatever. And then in the red zone, we already know what he does in the red zone.
Yeah, probably still the best.
Right. But the thing I like about DJ Moore, and the reason why you do, make the trade is like it can be short, it can be medium, it can be deep. And also he has the big play experience in crucial moments, right? We know what happened
and great hands.
Yeah, last season, overtime game. I think most people watched that game against the Packers. He comes up with a catch where we've seen our own Bills players drop.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we've had talent in the room, but we haven't had someone step up to make a play
in those big moments
when it was needed. Whether it was Diggs, whether it was Cooks, whether it was Davis over the years. I mean, we've been throwing jump balls to
Trent Sherfield.
Yeah, I would say Sherfield. the same game.
Yeah,
the same game.
Diggs one. Like, come on.
We just haven't had a guy in there that
Dawson Knox had a couple in his career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it feels good to see that, because that happened before really free agency began. Mm-hmm. It felt good to get that one out the way, because like you said, now you're waiting to see, okay, what does Alec Pierce money look like? And now that we know, close to 30 mil, oof. Romeo Dobbs' contract was a little less.
Yeah.
I think his was like $70 million over 4 years. But all in all, 28, 29 years old. I think he's 29 maybe.
He'll be 29 in a couple months.
Okay, he'll be 29 in June, I believe. I'm not mad. And it's always good to hear when they are excited to be here too.
With his press conference today, it's obvious that he
was happy.
Yeah,
like I said, y'all, if y'all gonna trade me to the Bills, now if y'all would have said, I'm trading you to, I don't know, the Cleveland Browns, I don't know, they're like, okay. I mean, all right, if you got to, if you must. But when you got a guy like, and we'll talk about some of the other veterans and what they had to say, but when you got a guy like Josh Allen, and you got a culture already built here. As much as we slammed this culture the last 2 months, or the Bills fans, my owner, the GM, it's all,
bro. I had to get off Twitter because of that, man. It's too.
It was a dumpster fire.
Twitter is always a bad
exaggerated,
space,
right?
Bills fans on Twitter this last week, the
last couple months,
I'm like, all right, man, it's enough.
It's been that way really for the last 2 months, ever since the season ended. Not only since the season ended, but I really think ever since the press conference too. When McDermott got fired, they kept Bean. Everybody was so much, calling for Bean's head. And I get it. When you're not winning the ultimate trophy, you got to point the finger at somebody. And when you see a beloved head coach, we talked about this before, go, but the GM who's made the roster decisions, he just gets to get promoted, I guess, or stays with the team. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I get being frustrated, but the elevated approach that some people took, being very, very displeased, being very, very vocal.
Everyone.
I'm like,
highlighting everything. They haven't done anything yet. But when they do, that's a bad move. Why would you sign him? Why would you sign that?
All right, now go get this guy.
What about the dead cap? What about this?
Right. Now y'all care about dead cap.
Man, they care about dead cap like crazy now.
Yeah.
But before they weren't doing enough like the Eagles were and pushing stuff.
Look at what the Rams are doing. But needless to say, I think
rough.
needless to say, most people are pleased with the wide receiver addition of DJ Moore. I think you
Are
are.
they?
I think overall the temperature, and I've been listening.
I agree. I think most people like the player, just don't like the pick.
The compensation, right? But I think
which is fair.
If you listen to Giardo, I was glad to even see even the champions of the wide receiver train, even they over the last couple days, I would say, have tempered down the okay. Where's AJ Brown? Where's Justin Jefferson? They are. I heard Jeremy the last few days talk more about the defense than I have in the last 2 years. And I've been begging for them to talk about the defense because I've been like, yo, not to say our offense is legit, but we continue as a fan base to ignore the defensive side. Like we just got some top 2 defense. Like, no, we need more playmakers on that defensive side. More dogs. Shout out to one of our latest pickups, but more dogs on that side than we've had over the last few years. Too many nice guys.
I'll say, pivot from here. So how do you feel so far about them not making many defensive moves so far in free agency?
Yeah.
So obviously we signed Bradley Chubb.
Yep.
Edge. So in our new system, he'll probably be on the edge, probably on the line still. Yeah. But we'll see how the actual system looks. Yeah. And they also signed
D. Alford.
Yeah, D. Alford, cornerback from Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
More of a slot corner.
Right.
So those are the 2 additions so far on defense. Right. How are you feeling? Because we have some depth holes, but also we don't have a safety to play along Cole Bishop right now. Yeah.
So I like this because you're
potential linebacker. Is there starters?
Yeah.
There?
Is it Shaq and Milano back, right? Or is it Dorian Williams there?
Yeah. Is Bernard going to be a starter? Like
I know.
There's still holes there.
Yeah.
There's still not a more of a traditional nose tackle that's still needed.
Here's the funny thing that I'm glad you brought that up because I can break some news to you too because I know you ain't been on your Twitter feed. You did, yeah. So we ate a safety. I mean, not ate a safety, but we added a safety. And I use the word dog because the safety that we added is a dog. But I will say this before I say who that person is. Nose tackle, linebacker, for me, is definitely the next 2 where, from a veteran standpoint, whether it's Joseph Day, whether it's DJ Reader at nose tackle and at linebacker. I know there's a few names that's still out there, but we got to figure those.
Yeah,
we got to figure that out.
I want a vet who can anchor that in the middle of that line. Even if they went young at linebacker, I would live.
Yeah,
but on that
nose
D
tackle,
line, especially as we're transitioning systems, I need somebody who's been there, done that in the middle of that defense. Like I think Deion Walker can be a great part of that rotation. I think he'll do his thing. But on that first down or even that second down, when I just need a guy to take up some space, occupy some double teams.
Or we talk about it in the goal line. Like when we get down there and it's at the 3-yard line, we got to get guys in there.
Deion Walker has the size, but he's not that anchor. That's just not his game.
That's not his game. You're right.
Even his build.
Third and long.
He's a huge body. But I need a guy who can just anchor down. And do your job.
100%.
Yeah.
But before we talk about
DJ Reader
D. Alford and before we talk about D. Alford and Bradley Chubb, we added our guy CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Okay.
And the thing I like about him real quick is he is a dog. 28 years old. Now, he's been a part of 4 or 5 different teams in the last 5 years. But most notably, for those who don't know, he was with the Eagles in back-to-back years when they went to the Super Bowl. And he played the safety position with the Eagles. And they also ran a hybrid type of 3-4 defense at that time. I found out, I think Chris Trapasso or I think it was Eric from Cover One. One of those guys kind of mentioned the defense that they played with Philly those 2 years that he was there, where he really excelled at the safety position. I think his first year with Philly might have had 6 interceptions, I think I saw online. But he had some of his best years in that defense. And obviously was on that team when they went to the Super Bowl. So since I'm breaking the news to you, CJ Gardner-Johnson, your thoughts as a veteran safety. You know, they're likely going to still draft one, but what are your thoughts on him being added to that secondary?
Well, I like it because I believe, just based on his skill set and what I do know about him, he can play more of that center field role.
Yeah.
And allow Cole Bishop to play a little bit closer to the line. because I think Cole Bishop has the athleticism and just the skill set to be moved all over
all
the field.
over. Yep.
So if you have someone who can play that true center field role, and if they want to go single high safety, just hey bro, this is you. You do your thing on the back end, and then let Cole Bishop be moved. If you need to cover a tight end, you can do that. If you just need to be down more of a pseudo linebacker, you can do that. So I'm happy that they grabbed a vet, because you saw the difference in Cole Bishop when he had someone there that
Jordan Poyer
that he can trust, that you know is just who's going to be where he's supposed to be. You be where you're supposed to be, and I'm gonna go do my thing. So I definitely wanted a vet on as a running mate for him. So that's a good addition, because I think that can allow Cole Bishop to be the best level of himself, because he has someone there who he can rely on, as opposed to a young guy trying to learn on the fly. Because I don't think even last year, I don't think Hancock did a terrible job.
He did.
It's just
he's young.
It's year one. He's a young guy trying to learn how to play safety.
And Cole Bishop can't look over at the rookie and be like, "Hey, nah."
Yeah, like this is me 10 months ago. So
you know what I mean? So yeah, and I'll piggyback off that.
You know the contract?
1 year up to $6 million.
So
it's only
4.
Yeah, so it's a 1 year deal. They're still going to give us the numbers probably later on tonight.
Meaning I need to grab me another safety,
100%,
room him in there, or even give Hancock another season to get himself acclimated, and then hand off.
And that's why I like
I need cheap signings.
That's why I'm not mad at the whole 1 year up to type of deals, especially when you're talking about a position where you could groom your next safety,
especially at a safety, which is not a premium paid position. Like, have a $3 or $4 million safety there starting for you.
With experience.
Yeah. And then if I can groom a guy to be ready to take that and run, then that's exactly what I need.
And you're really killing, a bird with two, you're killing two birds with one stone, because you're getting experience. You're being able to develop that next young safety, whether it is Hancock or whether it is in the draft. And guess what? You said all along, we don't want to take a step back. We still want to win now. Gardner Johnson is your win now starting safety. That's a plug and play right there. Yeah. You can start your season with CJ, Cole Bishop, Christian Benford, and Max Hairston, with our guy D. Alford in the slot. When he wants, oh my gosh, when you coming in, and then I know they'll probably get some more cornerback depth, whether they bring back Trey or whether they. Whatever, it's still some veteran corners out there.
I'm curious. Plus, I'm curious if Dorian Strong is done or if he is even able to be in the mix. Because if he is, then that adds a level of depth too that you can grow into. Just a solid.
Right.
Your Cam Lewis or your Dane Jackson, the younger Dane Jackson, that you had a guy in the wings who can play if needed. That's why I say younger Dane Jackson.
Yeah. 100%. And the thing I like is that you got Jim Leonard as your D coordinator, who's going to look for his kind of DBs.
Yeah, and that's the fun part about this, because we have no idea what Jim Leonard's defense is going to look like in his eye, because again, he hasn't been defensive coordinator in the NFL level yet.
Right.
So I'm just so curious to see the type of players that he likes, if he even does have a.
But hold on, I like that you say that, because if you look at, and this is just two guys that he's added to the secondary so far, D. Alford and CJ.
Twitchy, athletic,
Mean Street, right? Because even when I watched D. Alford play, when he played against the Bills, like there was some tenacity to his game. Whether when he was blitzing the quarterback, he got Josh Allen that game.
He blitzed a lot with Atlanta too.
Whether it was his open field tackling ability, playing nickel in the NFL, you got to be able to wrap up.
Right. But to be able to get to the league at 175 pounds and hold your own.
You got a D2 athlete, undrafted, played in the CFL a little bit, from down south, from ATL area, I believe. So he got a chance to play for his hometown team. And then now you get a chance to get the bag and really prove yourself on one of the best teams in the league. Bro, that right there, I'm all for it.
And that's what I'm curious, too, just to see how the rest of free agency plays out and the draft. Because, again, you get a Bradley Chubb, which is more from a prototypical, height, weight, speed standpoint, more of what they've been doing at the edge. This is more of a power, compression, win that way, as opposed to your quicker, twitchier, fast speed lineman. Right. So I'm just curious, if he has a preference on type, or if he just give me talented dudes and I figure out what to do with them.
I think what we're starting to see, and I think we'll know more. Again, this is week 1, right? We're only a few days in. What we're starting to see is flexibility matters, which McDermott used to say flexibility and all of that was cool. But
positionless players.
Yeah, positionless player, all that. But Bradley Chubb had some of his best years, once again, in that 3-4 type of hybrid. Early on in his career in Denver where he stood up majority of it. But his body type, you look at Greg Rousseau, who could be potentially starting on the opposite side at the outside position, standing up. Now you got two big freak guys, really. Because the one thing about Bradley Chubb, I think that's very underrated about him, is that he can give you both speed and power.
Yeah.
And really that power part to me is so underrated because I watched the video.
That pocket.
I watched the video of him.
Some strength in his hands.
And he met the D-line coach who just happened to be passing by when he was walking through the Bills facility because I watched that real quick. And even the D-line coach dude was like, "Oh yeah, you big. You a big dude." And when you think about it and you see him on the field and how he moves those tackles around, like I saw him beat Deion 2 or 3 times this past on some like, excuse me. And Deion, I know we joke about Deion sometimes getting beat, but Deion not no little dude. So
if he get beat, it's normally around the edge every now and then. Somebody bend that corner. It's not
like
often
pushing
somebody get their hands on him and just go through.
Yeah, like left hand, right hand, whatever. So like, I watched some of the pass rush moves from Chubb over the last few seasons, and I'm like, the dude really got a nice combination.
If he can get healthy. Because again, now
that's going to be
you missed all of 24.
Yeah.
Last year you played for the most part, but you coming off of the ACL, you still had a decent amount of sacks, especially compared to what Bills.
Come on,
players. But again, that's not the standard.
Yeah.
But now you're another year removed from an ACL.
Yeah.
Can you show up at a level that was similar to where you were at before?
Yeah. And I think the motivation is there.
If you hit double-digit sacks, it's already a win. I mean, again, that the standard is not crazy high.
It's not.
But again, you would expect a more aggressive system, so you would expect some higher sack numbers as a team naturally just by changing the system and what they want to do.
Yeah.
But if he can get double digits, that's a massive win for this defense. And now you got someone who can actually stop the run as well. And Greg Rousseau.
Greg gonna hold down his side.
And that's what we weren't getting last year from Bosa and whoever else was there. So even from that standpoint alone, it adds a lot to the room.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing that I'm looking at is now you really have an upgrade opposite of Greg Rousseau. AJ Epinesa, shout out to what he gave on 45% of his snaps out there. Bosa, from a pass rushing standpoint, showed flashes. But I think Bradley, what he could give, once again, if he's healthy, is give us a more consistent threat on that side to stop the run and get after the quarterback, which is something we really haven't had since vintage Jerry Hughes, where we had one side was this and Lorenzo on the other side or whoever was on the other side. Like, it's been a while since both sides could be a threat. Maybe Leonard Floyd. Both sides could be a threat to get me more than 8.5, 9 sacks.
Right.
Because right now, Greg Rousseau, we've been saying it for last 3 years. Like, we just need more consistency. But at the end of the day, could this 3-4 be a blessing for him? Could this be the type of defense that he needs to truly excel and use his athleticism, his ability to get his hands up, his ability to maybe use more of his pass rushing? Because we don't really know, and I know he's been in the league now 4 or 5 years. Is there more to Greg Rousseau's game that we don't know?
Yeah.
Right?
And I think so. But we're going to find out for sure. We're going to find out for sure. Because again, the pure athleticism that he has, I think he can be a great chess piece because I think he can move around. He can be an outside linebacker on the edge. I think you can put him at 5 tech and kick him inside in certain packages. And I think that's dependent on getting another dog or two. Yeah. As pure rushers.
And I still look forward to Michael Hoyt.
Yeah, and again, I think that's an amazing chess piece too. But again, that's on how you're gonna recover coming off the injury.
And you don't need him to start. I mean, Michael Hoyt is more like your 6-man, J.R. Smith off the bench.
But I just need him to come in and cause havoc. I know, but I need another guy. Like I'm interested to see if Javon Solomon can do a little something because right now he's the only true speed bendy rusher they have. Yeah.
And Dorian at times, but Dorian
Dorian's more inside. Yeah, he's gonna be more inside. So I'm curious to see if he can do a little something because I mean the sack numbers he put up in college were top of the country. So like, can you tap into that where I think your skill set fits more in this defense than a 4-3 end?
Or we go back to the draft and we look at how
I want to see.
They said how deep the edge is.
I need to walk out with a young, hungry cat on the edge.
Yeah,
with a motor that just go after it.
You know what I mean? Young Arthur Moats.
Come on, man.
Arthur Moat. Don't cross the moat.
Yeah, like I need them to come away with a guy in the draft.
And they said that it's deep there. So that's why I'm looking at if they can't add to the edge more than what they're doing right now. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to do another veteran on the edge. Yeah. They're going to definitely get a nose tackle. Who it is, we'll find out. They're definitely going to address the inside portion because guess what? You got to figure out, is it Terrell Bernard? Is it Matt Milano? Is it Dorian Williams?
Yeah, honestly, how things are moving right now, I think they want to give Dorian Williams a legit chance to take this job.
I think so too.
And I'm all for it.
Because he got range.
Again, because from what I hear, and again, we don't know exactly what his defense is going to look like, but it from what I hear, it's going to be less. I don't want to say less responsibilities because that's not the right word.
It's going to be get downhill.
But it's going to be more downhill. Instead of having to read and react and think and do that, he can just see ball, get ball. Which is his wheelhouse because he's 100 miles an hour at all times. 100%. So like in this defense, if he's freed up mentally where he can just go, that's exactly what I want.
I'm looking forward to those blitz packages in that 3-4 with him just shooting up the middle, just creating that havoc.
Like I'm just going.
Yeah.
So like if he coming off the bus, if he's a starter there, I'm not losing sleep.
Well, I'm definitely not. I mean, because you think about it.
But they just need some depth there.
Right. We need some depth there, but if you think about it, when we're going into week 2, week 3 of free agency, and we're starting to pick up these linebackers, we got a linebacker 2 years, $4.5 million. He showed flashes with Washington. He showed flashes with Tennessee. We're really talking about guys like Dorian Williams.
Right.
Where, like, if Dorian Williams left to go to another team, wouldn't the Falcons be happy?
Or a young guy who just didn't get the snaps.
Right.
He
was stuck behind Milano. He was stuck behind, like, he right. So Dorian, think about if he left the Bills, how many teams would be like, I'll take him?
Listen, bro, I would think about giving him an extension right now.
Somebody brought that up on the radio.
Avoid, because again, he'll be a free agent after this season. So avoid.
He done had 100+ tackle season.
Yeah, so avoid him getting a potential bag. Like, extend him right now. Even open up a little bit of cap space. Extend him now. Give that man a chance at it, because I think he can thrive in that position. Yeah. Throw. I mean, if you want to throw Shaq Thompson a little bit of money,
to be a
run it back for another year,
because he don't got to start, but Shaq at least gives you that cushion.
And push come to shove, I know he can hold it down.
100%, like he did last year. Like Shaq was brought in last year as your worst case if TB or anybody fell off. And look what happened.
And that's the thing, because like, listen, if we roll in the next week, you still ain't got no job. All right, bro,
come on back.
Come on back.
You know what it is.
Matt Milano, I'm good on that. I think at this point in time.
At this point, you let him go to the Giants. It's probably gonna be
go do your thing, man.
It's probably gonna be Giants where he can reunite with Terrell Edmonds and Tremaine Edmonds or whatever.
If they wanted to bring Shaq back on a 1-year little deal, I'd be fine with that.
100%.
Just because again, he's played in this style of defense before.
Man was even playing special teams last year at times.
So like, bro, deep in the room between at that point, if hypothetically you brought him in. He'll be at depth. You got Bernard and Williams and Joe Andreessen. Like, I would still want a young guy into the mix.
100%. You get you another one in the draft and you Gucci.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, I mean, and this is the wild card for me. We talk about Dorian Williams, which I think 80% of logical Bills fans can agree he would be a good fit in this defense.
100%.
The wild card for me is Terrell Bernard.
Yeah.
Terrell Bernard has a chance to redeem himself as a leader on this defense. Mm-hmm. If they can figure out if he fits. Now, if he don't fit for what Jim Leonard's trying to do, cool.
Yeah.
We've seen people sign a deal the year before and they get shipped off, and it's like...
I want to see him healthy. Because last year, it was beyond obvious. Like,
his leg, his ankle,
just
all that.
His damn leg.
And it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Like, I even saw the pictures of him. He just had post-surgery. I'm like,
damn. Because it was bad. And I felt for him, too, because it was like, dog, this dude just got named captain.
You trying. Like, listen, kudos to you for showing up and really pushing and pushing and pushing.
But think about it. He couldn't even speak up for himself. I was, looking for him to come to the podium a couple of times, bro. And I'm like, this your captain?
Yeah.
So he like ducking, like not to say he was going out his way to duck the media, but like it's bad when your defensive captain can't even like speak on his performance.
Yeah, but
right?
I mean, again, in college he played this style of
at
defense.
Baylor,
It was a 3-4 hybrid type system. So
he was a little bit all over the place,
and he was a great rusher in college too. So like I think he has the skill set.
Because think about it, as a 4-3 middle linebacker, real quick,
if he held it down as a 4-3 linebacker, as an undersized backer, when you go switch to that 3-4, it gives you that ability, that flexibility to be more of a rusher, or you can drop back in that coverage like you were before. But like he has the skill set to be able to do it. Yeah. But can he hold up?
Yeah, that's the wild card.
Can he be healthy?
That's my wild card, and that's why I think so far, and it's only been
I think that's part of the slow play because I think they're looking at their situation
at their
like
pieces. Like
I know on the surface, from a name standpoint, there's nothing in that linebacker room because the average fan, not even a Bills fan, you hear Dorian Williams, you hear Terrell Bernard, you hear Joe Andrews, and you're like,
that's your middle linebackers.
What are we doing? Your team is trash. Yeah. But for the coaches who have been here, for Jim Leonard coming in, looking at the tape, it's like, yo, I think we might have something here. Yeah. And I don't even think I disagree. Yeah. Because I think those two up front can get the job done at a high level. Yeah. But it's unproven. And that's the risk though. And I don't think people like, oh, they should have signed Devin Lloyd, they should have did this, they should have did that, the Greenlaw. Yeah. And I'm just like,
he went back to San Fran.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't. First of all, I don't want to dedicate too much money to that position when Bernard just got a contract.
Right,
like,
that's
like I don't want too much money dedicated to that
40-something mil.
Yeah, that middle linebacker or the inside backer position.
You still got Dorian on a rookie deal, so you paying him for cheap. So like, yeah, right. So that's why I'm like, as much as I want them to do something at that position, I'm kind of understanding, at least for now.
I want the cheapie.
Why they went edge first.
Yeah.
Right? Because that should tell you something too. They went after Max Crosby. Mm-hmm. They went after
Trey
Hendricks. Mm-hmm. And now they ended with Bradley Chubb. That tells me Bean's mind was on edge first. Probably, obviously secondary he addressed twice. D-line, I think, is going to be next. I think D-line going to get addressed before middle linebacker.
Yeah, because, again, they're not going to go into at least, let me not say they're not going to. At this point, they haven't, I think last year was the first year that they went into the draft with an actual starting spot legitimately open in that corner 2 spot. Like, they signed Trey, but, like, they knew they had to get a corner.
It was like that,
So they normally don't go into the draft with a glaring hole. So they're going to bring in a D tackle. They're going to bring another linebacker in. Yeah. They're probably going to bring another corner in, too.
Yeah. And another potential down 3 lineman to go, you got Ed, Deion Walker / whoever else that nose tackle. Then that other.
Yeah, that 5 tackle need to be there. Because right now it's not. Anybody, I mean, Dwayne Carter.
Yeah, Dwayne Carter.
It's not. There's nothing that really is. I mean, Landon Jackson.
Right. Okay, it was somebody else I was thinking of. Maybe Landon Jackson.
Yeah, but like it's really nothing. Like the best.
The
best fit right now is Rousseau. But I want him as my
outside,
edge.
right?
Yeah,
and I think they do too.
Outside, yeah,
I think they do too. So that's why they do have to address that too. And that's again, we're still learning what Jim Leonard is really trying to do. And I think we'll know better next week because this CJ news dropped after 6:00 on a Thursday. On a Wednesday.
I had no idea.
So like that, there ain't no sleeping at one Bills drive. I know people always, Bean is. Listen, I've seen teams around the league do worse. Right now, there's some contenders, quote unquote contenders, who haven't done too much yet. No, they can still trade for somebody. They can still
quiet
XYZ and contending teams at that, like Philadelphia, New England, and like I said, the Bills just recently woke up in the last 24 hours. So there's still a lot to be done. But I will say, your initial question about 15 minutes ago was we knew defense was going to be the big one, the big side. Have they done enough so far? The answer is no.
Yeah, but we're also not playing the game.
Right.
We got
6 months, 5 months, 5-6 months
before a game even played. But this is a time when the value picks are important. Because, again, we don't have a ton of cap space. Because, I mean, they do pay middle-of-the-road players. Like, good, but not great players. Like, they have a lot of those. So that's why you don't have a ton of cap space. And if that's how they want to build their team, I mean, it is what it is. There's different ways to win. But without having a ton of cap space, this is that time of free agency where you have to do your shopping.
Yeah.
You can't go Black Friday shopping on a budget.
Right.
It ain't gonna work.
But you know what's funny? We getting close to, all right, here come your bargain deals. Because now Gardner Johnson, 28 years old, right? I know he's been on 5 teams in the last 5 years, whatever. But up to $6 million is telling me, we getting to that point in free agency where now it's going to be the up twos, right? The 1 year deals, right?
That the one they don't even put the money on the tweet.
100%. Like, they've agreed to deal with Kenneth Gainwell or whatever.
According to the agent, but no numbers.
No numbers, right? So we are getting towards that period of time.
It's a lot of pass rushers out there still.
And it is, right?
They're gonna spend the block back on one of these kids.
It might be. I ain't spending the block on too many.
I saw Smoot is still out there.
I saw Smoot. I saw Leonard Floyd,
Joey Bosa, Von Miller.
Yeah, I saw Von and Chubb back together, but that's like I don't know.
Listen, I throw $2 million to Von.
$2 million.
I throw $2 million. Vet minimum at somebody his age, and just listen.
Rotational,
bro. I need you for about 15, 20 snaps a game.
That's it.
Just come.
That's it. Come in with your weird haircut.
Yeah, your little bend on the edge, and come get you 9 sacks like you did last year.
Yeah.
Whatever you did for.
He did something. He did a little
like
something.
8 or 9 sacks.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the next 7 days look like. But I did want to hint on this because we did, do a good job of spending about 20 minutes on the defense. Offensively, before, we try to close this out in the next, 10 minutes or so. Offensively, is there anything that you feel like we need to do? Because the draft now is 5 weeks away. Like, we are getting to that point. St. Patty's weekend. I think April, maybe 6 weeks. We're about 6 weeks away from the draft. Do you feel like outside of, I think, offensive linemen, I think we can all agree, like, maybe a guard, right?
Yeah, like
Wyatt Teller.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't even know if it'd be a vet. Like, at this point, I'm letting my young guys battle it out. Like, I'm letting Alec Anderson, Tyler Grable.
Okay.
Like, let y'all battle it out. Because, again, when you want to have a young core, from an O-line standpoint, this O-line has been together for 2-3 years in a lot of cases.
Right.
So, if you were developing the way you should be, there should be a handoff to the next person in line. Like Alec Anderson has been in the trenches for a minute.
He's nasty too, so he got that.
You should be ready to step up. So, like, I don't think I need a Wyatt Teller. I'll just use him as an example. Right. I would probably throw a mid to late round draft pick, see if get somebody else in the loop from a developmental standpoint, because they drafted Chase Lunt last year too.
True.
Which is an interior player, whether it's center or guards. He actually play all across the board.
Yeah.
So, like, they have young guys in the pipeline.
Okay.
So I would probably want to just lean more on get another young guy in the mix and just keep.
Wyatt is just a sexy veteran that you could probably get for.
But again, I'm like, 4 out of 5 starters are coming back.
Yeah.
Do I need to put money in that position again? When I know I potentially need to sign Osiris next year if they want to go that route.
If they want to go that route, yep.
If you got to replace 1 out of 5, you should be able to make that work when you got a vet on both sides. You got what Dawkins, 10 years now? Damn near 10-year vet on one side and McGovern, 28, 29, maybe 30, another 8 to 10-year vet on the other. I should be able to squeeze a young guy in the middle of that and be just fine.
Yeah.
So I just want to get another young guy in the mix as opposed to, throwing money. I mean,
if
Wyatt Teller really was a, $5 to $6 million type. All right, man.
I mean,
if the numbers line up like that.
I'm about to say, because he might, if we go into week 2, I'll just say this, with Wyatt Teller still on the market, Wyatt Teller might have to take the bargain. Like, I'm not saying 2-3 mil, but like Wyatt, you can go for 1 for 6.5. Like, you the last 2 years, like he had his little stretch where, Pro Bowl, all that. But the last 2 years, whether it was injuries, whatever, he hasn't been the same. And that's why I'm kind of like, I'm not saying you hand him a starting position, but
just put him in the mix.
Put him in the mix and say, hey, Wyatt, we're going to give you a shot to start, but we got Alec. We got some other young guns in here. And worst case, guess what? You one of our top 8 offensive linemen. And you coming back to the place that drafted you. So, like I said, he's just a name that's out there from a veteran standpoint that we all know. But I wouldn't be mad if they stay with the guys that they got because it is cheaper. You are developing, guys who are homegrown talent, as we like to call it. So, we'll see what that looks like. I'm definitely looking to see if anything else is done at wide receiver, even though I'm getting to the point now where I'm kind of leaning towards the draft.
Yeah, I just want a young guy because
I'm like,
listen,
for the cheap.
Between DJ Moore, Josh Palmer, Khalil Shakir, there's a lot of money tied up in that room.
That Josh Palmer situation,
bring it.
I don't know.
I want Josh Palmer on the team.
I want him to work out.
There's an option of trading him just to clear the money up.
Yeah.
It would be hard for me to be like, no.
Because last year I was all for the Josh Palmer signing.
I'm all for the talent that he has if he can be healthy. It's just bringing more money into the room. It's like, do I want that much money tied up into there? And be different if I got Chase and Higgins.
Yeah,
it's one thing having money tied in when you know you're getting one of the best receivers in the league and probably the best number 2 receiver in the league.
Yeah,
it's another thing when you got middle of the road. Like, again, he's not making a crazy amount of money, but if he's going to be my 3rd or 4th receiver and I'm giving you 10 plus, that's the thing where it's kind of like,
What I really hope for, and I'll just say this real quick from the offense, I really hope we see Khalil Shakir emerge as a legit number 2, like one of the top number 2s in the league. I really feel like Khalil, if used properly,
I need to get him out of just the gadget receiver type shit. Like, let him run
be
routes.
A real receiver. If they can use him, and this is up to Brady, if he can use him like a real receiver, I feel like he has a chance to be one of the top 10 number 2s in the league, which is not crazy to say.
I don't think there's any reason why he couldn't put up numbers and things that Amon-Ra does.
Yeah, I say it all the time. I used to call him great value,
very
St.
similar
Brown, but it's very similar.
Is he the exact same level of talent? No,
but
I think he's right below
his
that.
Run after the man.
There's no reason why he can't do that type of production. Because when you get the ball in his hand, he's the best in the league right now after
outside of Jamar Chase.
And I'm talking straight statistically. He is the best after the catch. So there's no reason why
we can't figure that out.
You can't figure that out. But and that's another reason why I don't mind Palmer on the team. Because again, if DJ Moore does what he's supposed to do as a number 1 receiver, that should slot everyone else in more appropriately. And even the Keon Coleman.
Me too. I still got some hope for him. I'm not writing him off.
The plug,
I'm not either.
Again, if he's my 4th receiver,
I'm good.
And he's getting his 15 to 20 snaps a game or whatever it is, and then he doesn't have to be the focal point of the offense.
Him and Palmer should be eaten. And when I say eaten, I expect, and this is just if they kept them as their top 4, and you put a flyer on a receiver.
Shit, at this point, I feel McCole Hardin is the flyer because he's still under contract.
Right. So if, I'm just saying, if those are my top 4 going into next year, and like I said, they still get a rookie, and the rookie figures it out. Right. And which I think they're going to draft a rookie receiver anyway. Excuse me. I think if that's that top 4, I think both Coleman and Palmer should have more than 35 catches. And I expect them to have anywhere between 4 to 6 touchdowns, both of them. Just because they are literally getting the leftovers, right? And when I say leftovers, you're getting either left wide open or you're getting one-on-one matchups where you should be able to take advantage. If you're Coleman, because you're 6'4", 220, and if you're Palmer, just because you do have that savviness to get down the field and get open at times. So if I'm Palmer and Coleman, I'm licking my chops like, yo, I'm about to get some opportunities because the focus is going to be on Cook, it's going to be on Khalil, and it's going to be on Moore. I should be able to win whatever my matchup looks like, whether I'm playing the number 3 corner, the number 4 corner, a safety, a linebacker. Palmer and Coleman, if you can't win that, then you don't need to be on the team. You don't need to be in the league. Let the rookie play, whoever the rookie is. Shit, the rookie come take Palmer snaps. Rookie, come take Coleman snaps. And then we can talk about what we do with Coleman after that or what we do with Palmer after that. But if I'm Palmer and I'm Coleman and I'm on this team in the next 5 months, I should be like, yo, this is a real chance for me to eat. Fuck whatever position I'm at. Oh, I'm the number 3. I'm the number 4. Coleman only played 20 snaps a game. Take advantage of it. Right. Get your 3 catches for 50 yards. Get in the red zone and make your presence felt in that red zone. So, I think the potential is really there. It's goes back to what I've said previously. It's on Brady. Brady got to figure that out. You got Moore. You got Khalil. You got Kincaid when he's healthy. You got Cook. and possibly Coleman and Palmer. We'll see if they keep both, but possibly. So you got stuff there. Add a receiver in the draft like we talked about. But I think the veteran whole shit, I think we good with the veteran wide receiver. I don't think we really need to really dive into that. Running back room is gravy. Tight end room, gravy. Now that they extended Dawson Knox, which we didn't touch on, but shout out to Knox getting his little extension. Not to say...
Did the numbers ever come off of that? Because I still ain't seen nothing.
Nah.
I don't even know nothing about numbers.
Which that means the agent kind of was like, let's not talk about it.
Chill.
Let's not talk about it. Because we know he was supposed to get like 17 mil this year. That shit probably dropped to like 6. So the fact that the number's been quiet for like 4 days, that tells me that my man took a cut.
Yeah, they're trying to keep that shit on the low.
Yeah, cause And probably that was just Kincaid and his agent probably being real with each other.
Yeah, I mean,
do you want to stay in Buffalo?
If you go on the open market, what you gonna do? Some similar to this,
and you might
to stay here.
Right, you might go to a team where they might be like,
your lady from here, you about to have a kid, another kid, like just.
And you might go to a team that might cut you in August, and now you back on the. So yeah, this was his safest bet because guess what? You not really getting bumped out of your number 2 spot. I mean, Jackson Halls is.
He has a role,
right? Yeah. Jackson Halls is good for what he is, but Dawson Knox not. He the number 2 tight end.
It's a good tight end role.
100%. Like we have a top.
He has value on the team.
5.
He just didn't have value at $16 million on the cap hit. That's the issue. But they addressed that. So if he's at a $6 million cap hit, I have no issue with that. Yeah. Because he does bring value to the team.
Yeah, he got experience. He's been in the big games. He got a great relationship with the quarterback.
He can catch. He can block. He can do whatever you need. He's a leader on the team. Yeah. So like I have zero issue with them keeping him. It's just they had to adjust the numbers and they did. You know. Josh Allen did his little restructure and opened up 12 million.
They thought it was 40 at first.
Bro, I was listening to the radio when they said
that. I was too. I was at work. I said, hold on, that's crazy.
I said, the boys, I said 40.
I said, hold on,
I said, we about to go do something.
Yeah, I paused my shit at work. I said, hold on.
I said 40 million. I said, they about to go
I'm on standby.
Yeah. They about to go do something.
And then that shit was short lived. But
I said, that 15 minutes.
But that was fun though. I mean, but that's to me.
Man, I was dreaming. I said, we about to get everything.
Excuse me. That's the epitome. That's a great example of what free agency is all about though. Being a sports fan, whether you working out, you at work, you driving, like just listening to like legit breaking news in real time. Like, you know, whether it is cap adjustments, whether it is we just signed who? Like just like us right now. We was on recording and you just found out we got CJ Gardner-Johnson. So now you about to go to your feed and you about to
like I'm about to run right through it all. Like,
okay, CJ. I mean, he even posted a picture with not with himself, but with Josh Allen. That was his only tweet. It said it was a video, a little gif of Josh Allen with the grills and this, you know what I mean? So, you know, fans obviously was eating that up like, okay. Okay. Showing Josh, showing love already. But I'll end it with that too, is that the fun thing about this part of being a Bills fans is once again, because we went years without this, people being excited to come here. People being excited to play with Josh Allen. You know, it was mentioned with D. Alford, Bradley Chubb, obviously DJ Moore, but like hearing these free agents really speak highly.
And Connor McGovern coming.
Connor McGovern, right? You know what I mean? Like hearing them speak highly is something I will never get tired of because we went through the drought. We went through Buffalo. Shit. I mean, how much you paying me?
Because I think about like. I just use Miami and the Jets as examples right now. Like, how many seasons have we had when we bought the equivalent of a Geno Smith coming back or Malik Willis? Like, like, and you know in your heart of hearts, like, this ain't gonna do nothing for us.
And that's why Bill, man, we just looking.
You get excited, like, we got, but you really know, like.
This ain't gonna be able to compete with Josh Allen.
This ain't it.
Then you thought Malik, like, shout out to Malik. I'm happy for the story. But like, you think Malik about to go back and forth with Josh,
or even Drake May, anybody else, any top like
Pat Mahomes,
the Lamars, the Joe Burrows, the Justin Herberts, like, it's murderous row of quarterbacks right now.
It really is, man. And Kyler Murray now in Minnesota, so.
Oh, he signed?
Yeah, he signed a 1-year deal.
I didn't get that either.
Yeah, I mean, You know how free agency is.
That makes sense.
Random. It just be random shit that be happening. But I do want to wrap this up because, like I always say, we get close to that hour, and I'll be like, oh, okay, we did that again.
Justin Jefferson should be fake happy.
Yeah, I think he will for sure. I mean, JJ McCarthy.
He ain't scared to throw the ball downfield.
Right, and he did well when he was with Hopkins. So definitely, you got to co-sign with Hopkins. I know Hopkins gonna tell JJ, stay ready, keep your head up. But anyways, in closing though. Look forward to what the next week looks like. I think most Bills fans who got a good brain in them are looking more to what they finish up on defense. And it's not to say they're going to finish up and not do anything in the draft, but like what veterans and what style are they really aiming for? We got two dogs added in the secondary. We got a savvy veteran and Bradley Chubb to add to our pass rush. And then we got a quality number one. Like, whether you think he a bona fide, I heard that word thrown around, he don't got to be. Because guess what? He still is going to be a top option. Mm-hmm. I really think he's going to be his go-to guy. And especially in clutch situations. So, Bills, to me, early grade, we can end it with that. You know, it's only been 72 hours, not even real 72 hours. But what's your early grade on the Bills so far?
I mean, if I had to put a letter grade on it, a little early for it, but
okay.
I'd probably say like a B minus.
Okay,
you know, I don't think
they can live with that.
Yeah, they haven't done early. Terrible. It's you know, I'll say if it was more quantity, I think my grade would be a little bit higher.
It's been
but they've closed up a couple gaps. Yeah, I'll say
a couple. Yeah,
a couple starting spots were wide open, and then with DJ Moore coming in, with Gardner Johnson coming in,
yeah.
You know, I have those starting positions kind of more in check. So.
Yeah, and I think I'll go with a solid B. And the only reason why I'll give him a solid B is because I'll throw in McGovern.
Which is huge.
Yeah, who was going to hit the he was going to hit that.
And it's aiming way lower than Linden.
Yeah, like 14 million lower.
A couple other folks too. It's like, all right, I can get you at 13.
Yeah, so you address your center position for the next 4 or 5 years.
Locked up.
You address your top wide receiver option. You got you a safety that's going to start next to Cole Bishop. You got you a corner that's going to take Taron Johnson's role. Whether you play nickel 35% of the time, whatever, you got another corner in there to fill that. And then you got you a pass rusher to really take that other side that Joey Bosa was at. So, like I said, overall B, but I feel like it's one of those TBDs, right? Mm-hmm. It's to be determined what the next 7 to 14 days, because I really feel like free agency kind of dries up after about 10 days, because now most teams are like, well, it's time to get ready for the draft. Let's get our mocks together.
Right.
And then guess what? Those veterans are now like, shit, now I got to stay patient until after the draft, because a lot of those veterans, after the draft, they get picked up because this team couldn't find, or this team couldn't get the corner they wanted, so now they got to go ahead and get Rasul Douglas or whoever it is. So, I'm very interested to see what the next 7 days really look like for the Bills, so that we can come on next week and be like, oh, they re-signed such and such, or they brought in this guy. So very interested. I'm pleased though with the start. But as you kind of alluded to, I do want to see more. So we'll see. It's the off season, baby.
Damn.
First episode back, man. Feel good, man. I know we got a long way to go. So this is. And once we get through free agency, we'll probably take another couple week break and then get right to the draft. But this is season, I believe, 5. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for being patient. I know most of y'all probably getting through the winter time like we are. You know, it's 61 one day, 32 the next day.
Yeah, we on this weather.
We got snow this weekend.
Stupid.
Life
you don't wait for the weekend to get colder.
It's so stupid. Snowflakes on a Friday and a Sunday.
Do that on the weekend.
Then they smash in Saturday. You get 35. But anyways, we are glad to be back though. We appreciate all of y'all who join us each season. Like I said, we had no intentions early on when we started this to be going 4 or 5 seasons. We didn't know what it was gonna look like, but we having fun with it. So this is Val
and Cyrus. We will catch y'all next week.